morning, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Nelson, and today we're going to learn about text features on informational text. And some key terms that we are going to talk about today are heading, bold, label, diagram, italic, illustration, subheading, and caption. And at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify all of these when you're reading a story or looking in your science book or social studies book. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, if we're looking at this story about cats, this is an informational text because we're going to learn about cats. But we need to look at certain things. And right up here at the top is what we call our heading, also known as the title. So we're going to go ahead and label that heading. And the heading tells us what the main thing is that we're going to read about. And then if we look real closely right here when we're reading, this word is darker than the rest. So we say that that word is bold. Okay, and then if we go on down, we're looking at right here, see where it has all these words and they're pointing to different parts of the cat? That is known as labeling. My pen's not wanting to work. So we label. And we're calling the picture of the cat a diagram. And the reason it's a diagram and not a picture or not an illustration is because it's an actual drawing of the cat. Alright, and then if you look right here, and this one's a little bit harder to tell, but this word right here, tame, is in like a fancier writing than the rest. And so we call that italic. And it's just a word that's standing out. I think my pen is running out of ink. There we go. Make that a little darker. And it's important words that we really need to pay close attention to when we're reading are those words that are in italic or even bold. A couple more that we have what's called a subheading. And this is like another title of what we're going to read about, but it's not the main title. And so like if it's the main title, we call it a heading. And then if it's within the story itself, then we call it a subheading. So it's kind of getting us ready to read something different about the cats. All right, then we're looking down here, and if you look closely, this is just a drawing of a cat. It's not the actual cat. So we call that an illustration. And our last thing is the words that come underneath an illustration or a photograph. We call that captions. And they give us a little bit more information about a cat. So like this illustration is a picture of a cat with a ball of yarn. And it says a cat playing with yarn. So when you're reading, boys and girls, make sure you're paying very close attention to the heading. Oh, let me move that down. The heading, any words that are bold, the diagrams, and the labeling of those diagrams, as well as some italic words, the subheadings, the illustrations, and the captions, because that will help you understand what you're reading. So have a good day, boys and girls.